The first one I'm going to do is exporting. Exporting involves, making a product in one country and then shipping it to another. An example of this could be, car manufacturers like Toyota, Subaru, Mazda, making their cars in one country and then shipping them over to another. Some factors to consider would be, increased reach of your product in the global market, but a disadvantage would be having to pay, tariffs and trade tax and that kind of thing, plus the cost of um, transporting those goods. The second one I'm going to do is licensing and franchising. This involves one company allowing another company, most of the time in a foreign country, to use its intellectual property. A real life example of this would be the Coca-Cola company. They will allow other smaller companies in foreign markets to produce Coke products. Um, a positive advantage, a positive factor could be low risk entry into that market, but a disadvantage would be possibly losing your control over that product. My third example is going to be joint ventures. In joint ventures, companies will partner together to bring a product to market or to corner a portion of the market. A real life example would be the streaming service Hulu. It is a joint venture between a bunch of different entertainment companies to produce um, streaming content for its audience. Some factors to consider. A positive would be, each company has a shared risk and the sharing of resources. But a negative factor would be, conflicts between those companies could um, cause strife within that joint venture and lead to a less productive product. My fourth example is going to be foreign direct investment, or FDI. Um, in this one, companies will invest directly into other um, manufacturing facilities within specific countries to produce those products at a much cheaper rate than having to ship it over, an ocean or across different countries. A real life example would be, again, um, different car companies like Toyota or BMW or Volkswagen buying up U.S. based factories to produce their products. A positive factor to consider would be, you have direct control of the production of your product. You don't have to, ship it out to other places. But a negative factor would be having to pay different taxes and observe different customs of your employees that could lead to difference in manufacturing time. And my last example is going to be counter trade. Counter trade is when a one company will trade or use its resources rather than rather than buying up that company to get goods and resources in another company. Um, an example of this would be Pepsi. When Pepsi tried to move into India, the Indian government made sure that a Indian corporation received part of the profits of manufacturing Pepsi products in India. A good example or a good aspect would be not having to deal with differences in currency, because those are pretty volatile markets at times. And a negative aspect would be a lot of times these are really complex trade offers to have to negotiate with different companies and or governments.